Yo, SojuTalk Nation! On this week's episode, we'll be covering Fuego releases from Lovelyz, SuperM, Wonho, CLC, and Taemin. We'll also be cooking up some spicy news coverage, including big hit Make It Rain and BlackPink's huge pre-sale numbers. So prepare your body, turn up the volume because we coming in hot. Hit me with that intro. What's up, everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot at K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 103, and we're recording on September 7th, 2020, aka Labor Day for us Americans. What's up, Labor Day? What's up? I don't know why I'm shouting out Labor Day, but as a quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform, sub to us on YouTube, join the SojuTalk Discord, and be a part of the nation. Boom. So, there's no announcements this week. Warren tried to make a joke in the first take of this, and it was it was bad. He cursed at a certain point, but we're now at part 1 of SojuTalk episode 103, where we discuss big new releases, choose a spicy song king, and hit you with the music show winners. Boom. All right, big new releases. There is a lot this week. We even had to make some cuts, but we'll mention that at the end. Yeah. But the ones we're going to be covering, September 1st, Tuesday, we had Lovelyz with Obliviate and SuperM with Tiger Inside. On September 2nd, Wednesday, we had CLC with Helicopter. September 4th, Friday, we had Wonho with Open Mind. And today, on September 7th, Monday, we had Taemin with Criminal. But let's start at the top. Lovelyz, Obliviate. So they are obviously from Woolim. Shout out to Woolim. That's Warren's favorite company.
Woolim.
They debuted in 2014. Last 3 songs were Beautiful Days, Lost and Found, and Wagzag, I think that's how I pronounce that. I don't know. But,
I don't know. Yeah.
But they have 3 music show wins. Warren, start us off with this. What is your initial impressions of Obliviate?
I kind of dig it. Okay. My first impression of it is that you take AB6, Cosmic Girls, and Eyes One, and combine their musical styles into one track, and this is the result. That's kind of where I landed. And I kind of liked it. You know?
Interesting.
Okay, so I thought it was okay. It's not my favorite song of all time, but I did like how they changed up the concept some. Because when you think of Lovelyz, this is not the type of song you would think of. Overall, for me, I thought it was okay, but my main gripe was that I felt like we didn't really build to anything. I thought it was a lot of like the same energy throughout. That's my only like real thing.
Yeah, I can see.
I did like the sets though. It was a little bit darker than a typical Lovelyz thing. But Anita, what were your initial impressions of this one?
It's interesting how Warren mentioned all of these groups and how they kind of make up this sound that they're going for this comeback, because I don't know if I would have chosen all of them, but I do see where he's coming from. The most similarities that I found to another group and the kind of sound that they're going for and the theme specifically in the music video was G-Friend, because a lot of the sets and like the styling at some parts, and kind of like the music quality too in the chorus, maybe I would say reminded me of G-Friend's Apple, which is also a turn from their previous sound, a little bit darker. So I feel like it's something similar, but it still retains more of a Lovelyz, like what is their sound like?
The loveliness that comes from
like,
Lovelyz.
Very like glittery, very like emotional but pretty, you know. And I think this was very apparent in like the vocal quality of the vocalist of Lovelyz, and the pre-chorus. I want to say, like in the pre-chorus, I feel like it has a very typical Lovelyz like switch in the melody, and then it goes to the chorus, which I think is more of the, I don't know, synthy, more dark pop that's been popular with girl groups too nowadays. So I feel like it is a change, but it still retains some of the lovely sound, in my opinion.
I mean, to kind of back up what I said earlier about those 3 groups, is like this sound is kind of like, I don't want to say it's like stereotypical because it's not, but it does pull in a lot of like the cliches that are like found in those.
Yeah.
Like it's like a deep house track with like a dong,
Yes.
dong, dong kind of bow, like a bass, and like it. The chorus is like you build up to the chorus and then you suddenly drop into nothing. And then you rebuild up into the part where they go Obliviate, Obliviate,
Yes.
like that part, right? Like it builds up
Yes.
and then like it keeps building up and then drops, building up, drops, that kind of thing. And AB6 does that really, really well. And then the melodical style felt like a combination of the previous Lovely style, which they did a lot with Yunsang, and then the some of the recent IZ*ONE stuff we saw minus SSOS. I don't remember the full title to that one. I apologize with one.
Secret story of the Swan.
Secret, secret story of the that thing. And then like you have I thought of Cosmic Girls with this whole like magical, mystical kind of thing. But I can also see what you mean by Bad Apple with a G friend.
I felt that. So I always thought that Miju was a real outlier in this group in terms of like overall vibes, because Miju is like, she gives off like sexy vibes, you know. She's known to do those like trolley posy stuff. She's 4D, right? That's what she's known for, right?
Yeah.
This fits her way better than their general like really, I wouldn't call it bubble gummy, but like fairy like aesthetic that Lovelyz typically has.
Very, very 청순. I don't know what that is in
Yeah.
English. Help me. What's 청순
It's like
in English?
pure sort of like that, something like that. So this
thing is-
definitely fits her way better, I would
The
say.
thing is, like, Miju definitely stood out in that aspect.
Yeah.
But, okay, going into it after seeing the teasers, I was mildly concerned because of what we saw in Queendom, where they tried various times to
Oh
do
yeah,
a-
okay.
Yeah.
Queendom was a bit of an oof for them.
I know.
right?
They tried to do a bit of a stronger girl crush thing.
Yes.
And I felt like they lacked a little bit in terms of like expressing that kind of vibe. Here, where they aren't going completely girl crush, but like have a certain aspect of power in them, I think everyone was able to kind of pull it off. Like I remember, I can.
better.
I know.
They're a little bit older now too, right? Like let's
True.
they can't be doing the fairy cutesy things. You can't be doing like the Ferris wheel song at this point, right? You know which song? Gualam cha. Yeah, okay. If you know
I'm not
Lovelyz,
gonna
go listen to the Ferris wheel song. It's hilarious. That being said, with Lovelyz, right? As a group, I would say they're in a little bit of a interesting situation, right? They're on year 6, right? That's kind of wait 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, they're in year 7 actually. They're in year 7 technically. You got Rocket Punch there, right? That's the monkey in the room for them. I think it's very obvious that they need to do this type of switch in order to differentiate
course.
themselves from like a Rocket Punch, because if they're even remotely similar, like there's this thing where like the shiny new toy, right? That's like, lack of a better term, that's how it is, where the new thing comes along and that's what gets the attention.
Right.
So I am happy that they're going this route. I don't know, like I know some people say like they've peaked already, right? I'm still interested to see what comes out of them though, on a personal note.
I think Lovelyz is one of those groups where I don't see them ever like getting to the height of like the maximum popularity level that we see with like SS tier groups. But at the same time, I see them as a group that they can really benefit off of longevity.
Yep.
Right? Because they've never had a high hit, they've never also had a high fall. And therefore they can kind of maintain this career for a long time. And I think this is a direction that really shows us that they can be around for much longer, because they have
I think
this whole
they need
site.
to go this route. Like, you
Yeah.
know how A-Pink kind of switched it up
Yes.
as of late in the last couple of years? I think they need to do a similar thing, because that's
yeah.
the way they can drag this out is not the right word. Where they can have more longevity is the better way to
Yeah.
put
They
it.
can take it to the next level is what it is. They can.
Yeah. I'm hoping though we get at least one more Achu level song from them in terms of cultural impact, right? Because that's the song everyone thinks of when they think of Lovelyz.
That's true.
But I think that's a good place to stop with them, and let's move on to the next one. SuperM, Tiger Inside, SM, you know, quote unquote the Avengers of K-pop.
Oh my goodness.
Debut last year, last 3 songs, 100 and Jopping. I believe 100 and the Tiger Inside are both pre-releases to something else coming
Correct,
up.
yeah.
That's true.
You know, Zero music show wins, but that's not what they're going for with this concept anyway. As a group and as a thing, that's not their type of thing.
Yeah.
Tiger Inside. I think it's my favorite out of the 3 songs.
Really?
I think it is.
Wow.
Like for me, I know hundreds at the bottom for me, right? But I'm in
Y'all
between
tripping.
Jopping and this one for the one I like the best. That being said, I do have some concerns. This was another song that I thought was a little bit one note throughout a lot of it.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
very much.
That was my main criticism. The beat that they chose, especially in the verses.
Dong 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 dong
Yeah.
dong dong. Yeah.
What'd you guys think?
I did like it better than Jopping. I'll give you that.
Really?
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Jopping was a little obnoxious for me compared to
You're,
this. Where
you're
this
obnoxious.
okay. I do feel like this was. It could have come off as a little boring, but it also could have come off as very stable, very rhythmatic and kind of groovy in that aspect. It didn't have like an explosive, thing. But like I don't. Again, this is a pre-release. This is not their title track. It's supposed to be a B-side kind of. It's with that with all of that in consideration, I kind of dig it. That being said, I like 100 better than this. You guys are all tripping real hard. 100 is a great song.
Well, I was about to say, if we're like listing like where we would put this song, I would put this
At
at
the bottom?
bottom.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I agree with the like one note comment. I feel like it felt I don't know. There's a lot going on visually, and I think that's pretty cool, but musically I didn't think there was anything like super interesting about it, and it makes sense if this is not meant to be like the bigger song, right? If it's just the pre-release again. But it did feel, I don't know, something about it did not seem very like it had that much depth to it. And it felt like like it had an early EXO vibe. I think I was watching it with my sister, and then she was like, "This reminds me of Wolf," which was the comeback of EXO from the debut. So that was, I don't know. I'm not a fan of Wolf either, so maybe this would explain why I'm not really into it. But
it also, for me, it had a little of early EXO vibes. It also had a little bit of like modern TVXQ vibes, like the duo era.
Oh,
True.
A little bit. Yeah, I'm not tripping, right? A little bit.
Yeah, in terms of the song and what they did with it, there was one part where they went Baekhyun Taemin into Mark Taeyong. I thought that was the best part, where they had Baekhyun and Taemin singing the bridge into Mark Taeyong into the rap
notes
section. Yeah, that was clearly the best part. I what I don't get sometimes with SuperM is like you have these guys very like well-defined strengths, right? Like Kai is a great dancer, Taemin's a great dancer, Baekhyun's a really good singer, Mark and Taeyong are, I don't know if you, but they're good rappers. I don't know if you would think they are, Warren, but they're good idol rappers, right? They're the rappers though. Let's just say that, right?
Yes.
Now, I know that sometimes they try to do, for some reason, I feel like sometimes they try to do these weird things with the pieces when it really just makes sense as to what they should do with the pieces. And I felt that this song, more than the other ones, they like had the people in the correct spots where they should be, and it made sense to me. And I think whenever Kai's in the middle, it's an attention grabber just because his stage presence is next level. We got the high notes out of Baekhyun, I believe. He did the really high one. The SM Dolphin thing was him this time, right? He was the SM Dolphin. And then you went straight into Mark and Taeyong rapping. I thought that was so strong there. My thing with SuperM overall is expectations, and like they're still, I think they're way too high for what we're getting. I don't know.
I think what I get out of these members, right? Like especially with Baekhyun, Taemin, and Kai, they're all exceptional vocalists. Especially with Taemin, which we're gonna go into later. And then Mark is for an idol, and even not really. He has very stable flow. He's very good at rapping. This was, I would say, a bit of a letdown compared to his previous stuff, but hey, that's okay, I kind of wish Taeyong would step up a little more. I do feel like the immersion kind of breaks whenever he starts rapping a little bit. That might be just me, but he does remind me of rap of idols, like a couple years back where it was not really a thing still. So that is a little a bit of a pet peeve for me personally.
There's one lyric in this song. The dinner's ready lyric. Okay, are they my mom? Like, dinner's ready. I was like, okay, dinner's ready.
Boy.
I just felt like, okay, the song's called Tiger Inside, right?
Yeah.
Like, you conjure up these images, even if you don't understand the lyrics they're saying of like, oh, we're gonna release the monster, right? We have this built up energy, and then in the middle of it, they're like, dinner's ready. I'm like, okay, like I get what they mean. Like, we're gonna serve up something, right? I guess that's what they're going for.
No.
But
No, I think it's all. I think the thing you said about your mom, I think that's what it is. Because if you think about
Seriously?
your mom, who is the scariest person in your life, though?
Okay, okay.
Mom is always scary.
I like that.
monster.
I like that train of thought.
So again, depth. This is what they're going for. It's a metaphor, guys.
Like the Korean tiger moms, right?
Oh,
Dinner's ready. Oh,
there we go.
Hey, but
look at us.
do you agree, Anita? That's a weird lyric. Dinner's ready.
Well, that's what I meant. Where it reminded me of EXO's Wolf, because EXO's that song has very questionable lyrics.
Yeah,
and I feel
okay.
like I had some like flashbacks of like, what am I listening to? What does this make sense?
You would think like Mark would be like, nah, fam. Why are we saying dinner's ready?
I think
Like,
we should revise this.
yeah, like him and Lucas should have been like, yo, what's going on here? Dinner's ready? All right, but I guess they just went along with it. Overall, though, I thought it was a pretty entertaining song. Not the best thing. I'm really expecting a lot out of the title track that we'll eventually get, though. I have really high expectations.
We can talk about this later too, but I do think these 100 and then Tiger Inside has gotten me hyped up for whatever's next.
I agree.
Yeah.
Even though I don't think they're the best songs, I'm excited more
Yeah.
than I would have been previously.
Totally.
Let's move on to the next one. September 2nd, Wednesday. CLC's Helicopter. They are from Cube. Debuted back in 2015. Last 3 songs, all short titles. Devil, Me, No. 2 music show wins so far. All right. I think this is, if not my favorite song of the week, my second favorite song of the week.
Wow.
I kind of like the song. But then again, I am a big CLC fan. So I'm probably extremely biased in that regard. But I am excited for a couple things, including that Cube is spending more money on them, because at a certain point it looked like they stopped. But I believe that the same problems that I think they have remain.
Okay, what are those? Elaborate.
Okay. It's a good problem to have, though.
Okay.
I think that there are certain people in this group that are so good and so dominant that I find myself waiting for them to just appear on the screen.
Ah.
You know what? I'm gonna.
Yeah.
You know, you keep speaking. Actually,
For
I wanna
me,
hear more.
specifically, Yeon and Jung Sun-yeon, who's like the main dancer.
Yep.
Okay, they gave Yeon two verses, which is kind of rare, right? Additionally, she
Right.
started the song. So I like, whatever she came on the screen, although I'm a big Yeon fanboy, I was like, woo, do it, kill it. And of course, she kills it because she's Yeon, right? And then whenever Sungyeon comes on the screen and she's doing her dancey thing, I'm like, okay, you get it, girl. But I know you're going to counter me, Warren.
I'm not gonna completely counter you now that I think about it, but I will say it did feel like the company is pushing them a little bit harder than the rest of the members.
Yeah, I think that's inherent.
I didn't count the seconds, but like I did feel like they were more upfront in terms of screen time and parts, which makes sense, right? Like this is like a trap track. You need the rappers up front. You need the badass looking dancer up front. Like, that I kind of get, but I do feel like that was partially intentional, if anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That being said, I thought more than ever, which is like a common term in all like the COVID ads we get in America, more than ever, right? That's the common one. But the vocal line was extremely stable. This song, I thought, in Sorn and Seunghee, I thought they did a really good job there. But what do you guys think of this overall? Like first impressions, what are your general vibes of this?
I think for me, I get like the kind of sound they're going for. Like one mentioned, it's more of a trap sound, I guess. But something about the instrumental of it, or like the styling of it, like the add-ons, the ad-libs they put in the song, it reminded me of like early 2010s. Like I don't know, there's a part where they go like yeah in the chorus, and they're like, oh, this sounds very much like that kind of like pop hip hop type of songs that you would hear in 2010 10-ish. So I don't know. I felt kind of old in that sense, but in a interesting way. Like, I felt like a remake of a song that I would have heard back then. But I don't know. I guess maybe because of that, it felt like it wasn't that complex. But it's very catchy. Like, I have the chorus like running into my head because it's so catchy. So I think that's a good thing.
Helicopters.
Yes.
Okay, I don't like the hand choreo of mimicking a helicopter. I wasn't a fan of
cool.
that. I thought it was a little like too cliche.
I thought that was cool.
Okay.
Okay. Here's the thing, right? I did feel like this is like one of those like, so this is trap EDM, not hip hop EDM. Those two are different things. Trap EDM, like stuff like KDA and like those things, right? That being said, it felt. Yeah, I do know what you mean, Anya. There were certain mannerisms here and there that felt like it kind of what gave it like a retro kind of finish, but like not retro in a good way.
Yeah.
Right. Like there was the guy chanting the yo thing at the corner. The hey thing. Then that was like, we don't really do that anymore. Like, I guess we still do because you guys did it, but not really. And then the chorus was very catchy, right? And my first impression was like, I kind of dig it. And then after like 3 listens, it was okay. This has gotten a little old too quickly. And that is totally down to personal preference. But for me, it was by the 4th and 5th listen, I was like, okay,
yeah,
this is borderlining a little annoying. With how much times they're repeating, we go up helicopter, whoa, that thing. Besides that, I think it was pretty cool. You know,
styling was good. I like
styling was good. Yeah,
the styling for the girls.
The whole music video was like very badass.
They spent a decent amount of money on this, which I think is good because the similar situation with Lovelyz and Rocket Punch, right? It's at Cube. You got them and G-Idol, right? And I think everyone will agree that the focus has been on G-Idol the last couple of years, right?
Yes. Well, the thing is, there's a lot more money going into G-Idol, and then a lot more success we had with G-Idol compared to Rocket Punch. Or the thing is, even I was afraid that they were going to lower the amount of money they want to invest in CLC. I guess that's not the case. So
yeah,
I guess like
Juice still has
CLC,
money.
I think that they're heavily underrated, and I like a lot of their older songs too. Do you agree that Yeon is really good at rapping for a idol female rapper, Warren?
Why do you ask in specific?
I don't know, cause I thought you were gonna say something about her appearing on Good Girl, and then like follow up on that with this song.
Sure. I mean, I liked her better on Good Girl than I saw her in here, to be honest. It was a little underwhelming. It wasn't like annoying, but like I was like, okay, this is the kind of flow she's gonna do. Okay, I didn't expect that.
I feel like she has good flow, period, for a rapper. Maybe that's just me. That much just funny.
I think it's all right.
Fit the song. You know? It fit the song very well.
It fits the song.
Okay.
Kind of. Yeah.
Can we just get Soyeon and Yeon have a song together? They're both in Cube. Like what do I got to do to get that? I don't know.
It should happen. Yeah.
It should happen.
Probably DM Cube. Hi, I'm a Cube fan. Cube, can you do Cube stations?
I feel like logically that makes sense in between comebacks. Like, and Soyeon could just make something up, right? You could do the two of them, and I'm sure it'll do great, right? Because they're both pretty good at rapping, I would say, and I think the fans would want it too.
I do feel like in terms of business too, it kind of makes sense, right? Because Yeon is writing a bit of hype from Good Girl.
Yeah.
Soyeon is writing a lot of hype from her promotion.
Period. She's just hype. She's just hype.
So put those two together. There's a lot less investment if it's just two people. So Cube Station, that's what we need, I guess.
I guess, right? But let's move on to the next one. This is an interesting one. September 4th, Friday, Wonho with Open Mind. I'm going to try to say his name correctly. For a lot of you who know, when he left Monsta X, I called him Wonho for an entire episode. Like, and he was the main news topic. It was very embarrassing for me. But
it's okay.
He's Wonho, just Wonho. But he's at Highline, which is a subsidiary of Starship. It was messy. He basically got pulled back into the company. He debuted in 2015 with Monsta X. Last song, which is a pre-release, was Losing You, his only other solo song. He has 12 music show wins with Monsta X as a group. This boy thick.
Yo!
This boy is thicker than a bowl of grits. More definition than 4K TV. More cuts than a Hershey chocolate bar. This guy.
I think.
Goddamn.
I think if you had to pick an award for best chocolate of 2020,
Bro.
this is it. Here we are.
No competition.
This boy like thick with 12 H's thick. Like God, like in his time since being pushed out of Monster X, I think he literally lived in a gym the entire time. Right?
That's how he was distressing. He's like, oh, you know what?
Like,
people don't love me. I love my abs. I'm gonna work on my abs.
I know the meme, but like big titty gang, titty gang, all that stuff applies here. God damn, this dude was stacked.
Oh man.
Like, holy crap! All right, let's talk about the song a little. Okay, people were thirsting online for this
the
song.
Douglas, the song.
Okay, the song. Fun electronica, I thought. You know,
Yeah, I like the song.
I like this more than the other song, the song "Losing You," which he had. I feel that he is going for like an early rain type of vibe.
Oh.
Like what? Early Rain? Back when he was in Fan Club?
No, not that early. Like early solo rain. Early
Okay.
solo rain.
Okay.
Because like, you know how as much as Rain was about the music, it was about like the man himself, right?
The performance, yes.
The performance, who he is. It's like he's gonna wear not that much clothing, you know. Is the same type of thing we're going for here. I think it's a smart formula too when you got someone like this.
Okay, yeah, I guess.
Gotta use his assets, yes.
All right, you guys talk your initial impressions while I sit here thirsting. I guess I don't know.
Okay. Anita, you wanna go first again?
Yeah, well, I thought it was a very interesting direction for him because I don't think Monster X has really had this kind of sound. They
No.
might have had something similar. I can't remember the title track, but it was an English song, English title track that they released. I think last year. And this is kind of in the same line, but I felt a lot more of like Daft Punk vibes in the instrumental, like The Weeknd type of vibe as well. So I thought it was really cool. And I don't know, I guess it fits his vocal tone too. Like I think it's a good combination. So very smart decision as far as sound direction for him as a soloist.
What about you, Warren?
Where do I get it?
What was that?
No, okay. Visually, I think the music video was really great. I think the arrangement was really cool. The chorus was very interesting and very great. Awesome. It was dope. It's like future bass, future funk kind of deal. You know, a little bit of Daft Punk, like you mentioned, Anita. You know, that kind of modern funk kind of thing going on. I think that was all dope. What stood out to me a little bit was, to me, it felt like Wonho's voice was kind of flat in that aspect. I've made this criticism before with K-pop in general, but it felt a little too cleaned up. It felt very sanitary to the point where I'm like, okay, this voice, I'm not sure if it's actually Wonho. It could have been more of another person's voice kind of deal. Like that was where I was like, maybe we're missing something, because I wanted a little bit of the Wonho spice, if you will. And the Wonho spice, sure, we got his abs, but like, what about musically too? Like, where's the abs in his music? Kind of what I'm going after. But besides that, I think it was a great start. I think it was a great kickoff to a solo
I
career.
think so too. Yeah,
Right.
If you're gonna make a big impact, this is the way you do it. You take some risks, right? Like you do some crazy stuff.
The thing with this guy is, right, like Wonho's been in a group the whole time his career. Doing a solo thing right off the bat like this is kind of difficult. And with all that in mind, this is great. It's great.
So, from what I could tell, they are clearly targeting more of a Western audience with his aesthetic, what he's going for. That's what a lot of people are saying.
Really?
I think that's what a lot of people are saying, that this is more
his
geared towards
pre-release
Western
was
market.
You think Koreans don't like abs?
No, his pre-release was in English. So that's the direction they're going.
Okay. Okay. Well.
Okay, but Anita, what did you think? Okay, there was one outfit I want to ask you about, Anita. Well, there was a couple.
There's a lot of outfits.
First, it seems like they shopped for his vest at a children's store because it was way too small for him. Additionally, he was wearing like the tightest blue Under Armour thing I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, that was a little weird.
Yeah.
I felt like, okay, I know there might be a rule against showing like two nipples at the same time in Korea. There's like a thing that's been coming up, but like
that's a law.
It's something like that these days. I've heard of on the news. But
Wow.
that being said, it's like I feel like he just should have not worn the shirt there instead of wearing the blue Under Armour, right? I don't know. Maybe that's just
I
me.
think it looked fine.
No, it reminds me of like Aquaman.
Yeah, okay, but
Not like the
one,
movie Aquaman though, like the comic book Aquaman. Like,
The one I want to talk about, and I want to need his opinion, is the ab window. That one outfit where the zipper was upside down. You know, the ab window.
Yeah.
What did you feel about that outfit, Anita, specifically?
Well, with all of the outfits, because I think that one is, I feel like the most, I guess, out there. But all of
Yeah,
the outfits
right?
that were used, I feel like only he could have done it. Like I
Of
don't
course.
think it would have worked for other people.
Him and Rain are like the only two who could wear these outfits.
Yes,
I think,
exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
I did like the very first outfit though, where like he has like a beige short sleeve shirt going
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
He's putting
yeah.
it on. It's like silk or something. I don't know, very smooth, and like he just puts it on. I'm like, oh.
That vest was so small. It was like I was just like I didn't notice that until someone on our Discord. I forgot who pointed out. They're like, "Did you see how small the vest was?" I'm like, "What?" And then I watched. I'm like, "That's a small vest."
Nothing wrong with cropped vests. You know, like
Overall,
that's
though,
what
like,
he wants to go for.
if that's the direction they're going with, clearly it worked out for me. Like it got a lot of people talking about the song.
Yeah,
It has good
yeah.
viewership. Like a lot of eyes are on the product, which is clearly what you're trying to do here, right?
Yeah.
And I believe the album sales were good. I don't have them off the top of my head, but if I looked it up, they were like better than expected, at least for me.
That's a good start for him.
I think this is probably one of the most memorable male solos in a while, minus Taemin.
Yes.
Like in
Yes.
this generation of people,
Yep.
this is definitely a lot more memorable than its competitors. I think.
For sure. All right. Let's move on now to the last song. September 7th, Monday. We have Taemin with Criminal. He is a legendary artist from SM Entertainment. Debuted 2008 with Shiny, 2014 as a solo artist, 2019 with SuperM. I don't think we've ever had someone in two songs on the same week.
Oh yeah.
No, yeah.
His last three songs, Two Kids, Famous, Wand, 8 wins as a solo artist, 59 with Shiny. Anita,
Nice.
you start us off with this one. What are your opinions? Because you are the Shawl of us.
Oh
of the group.
yes, I think this comeback, I think in particular, I feel like I think it's a trend that's happening musically, but as we mentioned before with Wonho, I think this very like synthy kind of funk, Daft Punk vibe, it's very prevalent in this song as well, which I think makes sense. It's popular, but I like the most how the concept of this comeback was created, because I feel like if you look at the music video, all of the styling choices and like the very dark but yet clean set was very interesting. I don't know. I think visually this is one of the comebacks that I've seen from him that it seems like very, very memorable. The music video was very well shot. The choreography, very, very interesting. Especially, I don't know if I haven't seen a live performance. I don't think there's any yet, but I want to know if they do the ribbon handcuff thing in live performances as well, because that'd be really cool. But yeah,
Let's do was one thing by one thing there. You went over a lot there real quick. Because you did mention that the music video is very dark, but like very clean at the same time.
yeah.
And it has that funk kind of vibe. And that, musically speaking, that was what really stood out to me. Because if we're talking funk, like we saw today with Open Mind by Wonho, when we talk about funk, we immediately go to, oh, it's positive, you know, let's kind of groove, let's have a good time kind of thing. And here he took it the other way. Taemin took it the other day, where he's like, oh, darkness, I'm a criminal kind of thing. And he pulled it off really well. It's very clean, it's very groovy, but it's also very like dark. And the way Taemin's voice is utilized, the way he expresses his voice is very, wow, okay, this is only something he can do. And like, that's exceptionally amazing.
Yes.
Okay. His styling. So he has the eye patch suit going on,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That reminded me of the character of Black Mamba from Kill Bill, who's played by Daryl
Oh.
Hannah. She has the samurai sword fight with the main character in the trailer.
Let me look it
Like
up.
if you look that up, it's like basically the same aesthetic. That she's in a suit, they're a little grimy, she has an eye patch on, that type of deal.
I guess so, yeah.
But I thought that look was really cool. Like he just like
Yes.
Taemin is so cool as a person, as an artist. I saw this one video of him where he performed one of his songs at a fashion week on the runway.
Ooh.
Oh, Move.
It is it is so cool. Like, god damn. At my house, we like to refer to Taemin as the prince of K-pop. Not like as a prince, but like as the artist prince, but in K-pop form. That's how we kind of see him, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I feel like that's a decently accurate description of him as a artist, because he's pretty out there these days, I would say. He's one of those people who I like to say, I don't think it's the best way to say it, but like transcended K-pop, because a lot of the stuff he releases now is not like typical K-pop anymore.
Nah, I would still say that's typical K-pop, but he is on another level of expression.
Okay, yeah, like I like to say a lot of his songs come out being art pieces instead of like just straight songs.
Visually, yes, I would agree 100%.
I did loop around his full-length album a couple times. I think this is the part one of his full-length album.
Yeah.
It was very consistent in terms of color and tone, what it was going for, and there was a surprise featuring Kid Millie verse, 2 verses actually in the second track, and that was quite enjoyable. And I did like the way it progressed into 2 kids. I am a couple years back, I had 2 preconceptions about K-pop. One is that, one is that the other day I was talking with a cousin. to my cousin, and he was like, "Yo, like I don't think K-pop is art. You know, idols aren't art." And I was like, "Why do you think that?" And he was like, "You know, like, the idols don't actually make anything." And I was like, "Bet that makes Gil Shaham my favorite violinist, not an artist." And then that logic falls apart immediately, because Gil Shaham is a great violinist. You guys have to listen to him playing Barber Concerto. It's amazing. Anyways, and then we have Taemin right here, where he always takes whatever song and then adds his own flavor and then flair to it and then takes it to another level. That's great. And then the other preconception I had, that I had a couple years back, was that in album units, it's a little difficult to listen to K-pop because there's a lot more focus that goes into title tracks, and the B-sides are kind of falling flat. I feel like we're moving away from that very much year by year. And this album and this track in specific is a big example of both of those pre-notions kind of falling down a little bit. So if you're listening, go check it out.
Do you prefer Criminal to 2 Kids, or do you still like 2 Kids more?
I like 2 Kids more, but I still really like Criminal too.
Okay, Anita, any closing thoughts on Taemin?
I don't know. I need to get around to the album, but I think it's just really interesting to see. Like we mentioned, this is the first time we're covering an artist twice, because they're performing in a group and as a solo act. So it's so interesting to see just how much growth has happened with his career, and how much it has, I guess, the range has expanded as well, because what he's doing with SuperM and what he's doing as an individual, it's has a different vibe, but he can do it all. So I think it's really, really interesting to see whenever he comes back.
I feel what gives testament to his strength is that whenever he comes back, it feels like there's a weight to his comebacks. Like, it's like, oh, we're gonna get something from Taemin, right? Like, and I don't think you could say that about every artist. But in terms of the other releases this week, they include Ace. They released Favorite Boys. SuperM, no, it's not SuperM. Super Junior D&E released B.A.D.
Wow.
Jamie released Numbers featuring Changmo. A-Pink's Namjoon made a solo debut with B.A.D, and Oh My Girl's Yua made a solo debut with Bon Voyage. We were in heavy debates whether we should cover the last one, Yua's Bon Voyage. We couldn't, like, we can't cover more than 5. That's like the limit we set for ourselves, essentially, because in the past we've covered 6 and it's diluted the show. It's a little bit worse, not great. And we want to give the songs the fair attention they deserve if we're going to cover them. But please go check out Yua's Bon Voyage. It is so different than anything you would expect from her, unless you've seen the teasers. It has she comes off in this song like a Disney princess, I would say.
Forest spirit.
There's like a Ghibli motif in it. She has like a tribal theme. She does not lean heavily on her her dancing, which is her strength. It's crazy.
True,
the decisions they've made in this one.
Is she Princess Mononoke in this video? Is that
Some,
Yeah,
some
essentially.
allusion to it, I
Yeah.
think.
There's an allusion to it, and she's also like almost Pocahontas in a scene. It's kind of nuts. Go check that one out. It's just a really interesting experience. It's almost Disney-ish. So go check out Oh My Girl Yua's Bon Voyage. That's my shout out to her because we didn't get to cover it. But we're now at Spice King, it's a segment where each week the crew will decide which song reigns supreme. So each week the crew will evaluate the Soju chart, which consists of 3 songs in terms of song quality, spice, and listener fatigue. Songs that place number 1 on the Soju Talk are this week's Spice King, and songs that win Spice King 3 times will gain entry into the Hall of Spice and be removed from the Soju chart. We potentially have that scenario this week. So, the Soju chart from last week, episode 102. First place was BTS's Dynamite, which was their second win. Second place, ITZY's Not Shy. Third place, Day 6, Even of Day, Where the Sea Sleeps.
Okay. I have an argument to make
Uh-huh.
for Day 6, Even of Day.
To be higher?
Okay.
To be higher.
How high?
Ah.
I'm not sure. Maybe, but like at least number 2.
What? Okay, say this argument.
This song I've had on constant loop for
Same.
the entire week. I don't
Okay.
like the rest of the album, I'll be honest.
Oh.
But I'm man, that was such a sad but this track is specific. Really vibed with me on an emotional level,
Yeah.
on a personal level. And therefore, I believe it should be at least number 2. But maybe I'm in the minority. I probably am, to be honest.
Okay, let's start at the top. Do we all agree that Dynamite should win its 3rd crown this week? I think it should. I don't think there's... okay, so the thing is, I think it should because I can't see putting any other song number 1 over it.
You know what?
Okay.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's fair. I might
Right?
argue for Day 6 Even of Day, but no, I think you have a point. With-
Because
yeah.
let's be straight up here. The candidates this week: Lovelyz, Obliviate, SuperM's Tiger Inside, CLC's Helicopter, Wonho's Open Mind, and Taemin's Criminal. I don't think any of them could beat Dynamite straight up. I just don't think that's happening.
Okay.
And then, so we're left with Dynamite, Not Shy, Day 6 Even a Day. I can see moving Where the Sea Sleeps up to 2, but I can't see it dethroning Dynamite.
I agree, and I'm gonna one up you by saying I want to remove Not Shy off of the charts.
Okay, so first things first. BTS Dynamite.
First
It is
place.
this week's Spice King. It's triple
First
crowning, being entered into the Hall of Spice, and it will be removed from the chart from next week. So shout out to BTS's Dynamite.
Yay.
Great song. Go check out their Billboard Awards performance. Really good. All right, so we got that out of the way, right? So we got that out. First thing, let's do we feel so Warren wants to remove Not Shy. He wants to move up Where the Sea Sleeps. What would you want to be in 3rd place then?
It's a difficult thing. It's a difficult round of candidates. If quick question about logistics. If Dynamite wins 3rd place, wins 1st place for the 3rd time,
Yes.
are we keeping it number 1 for this week?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Next
In that
week they'll
case-
be off. Yeah.
Okay, next week it'll be
Next week we have an awkward situation, which should be fun.
off. Okay. I think in that case, I think Dynamite stays 1, Even of Day stays 2, Not Shy. I think it's time to say goodbye. And then we put one of the candidates that we have into number 3. And that is what is causing me problems.
So you basically have to pick a song that is better than Not Shy week 4. That's essentially what you're doing.
Yes, and I am split between Tiger Inside and Criminal, and then Obliviate, and then Open Mind, and then Helicopter.
Okay, let's do this first then. Out of those
yeah.
5 songs, what's your favorite? Mine is, I'm going to say Helicopter. I think.
Oh.
I think my favorite is Obliviate.
Wow. Okay.
No.
It's the kind of songs I like. I can't.
All right, what about you, Anita?
I think. Well, I was between Open Mind and Criminal because I think they had
Okay.
a very similar vibe. But if I'm going for the whole package,
Well,
I will go with Criminal then.
here's
as
the
far
thing,
as-
Anita.
Yes.
Open Mind is my second favorite song, and it's a
okay.
close second. So we have an overlap there.
I think Open Mind is probably my least favorite here, to be honest.
Oh my god! All right, we're so screwed.
Oh,
But let's do this first. I am okay with Day 6 even if they moving up to second place too. What about you, Anita? Considering
Yeah, okay.
fatigue, not because I think it's a better song, but because of fatigue.
Yeah.
I think it gets better the more you listen to it.
Are you
Yes.
okay with that, Anita? as
Reverse.
well?
I'm okay with that.
Okay,
Here we
so
go.
we move at a minimum. We're gonna switch Not Shy and the Day 6 song at a minimum, right?
Minimum.
So let's swap that for now, right? So second place for next week. So right now, first place Dynamite, second place Day 6 even if they were the Sea Sleep. Shout out to them for moving up a spot.
Woo.
Now we got this third spot. So we have to weigh the candidates against ITZY week 4.
Okay. I think I'm personally biased a little bit with Obliviate by Lovelyz.
I refuse to let you put that in the
Okay,
I'm
fine.
just saying that.
I think
Okay,
my
so-
second
so-
pick
Okay, what's that
would
one?
be Criminal by Taemin.
So here's the thing then. If I'm going to hard reject the Obliviate or whatever it's called, that one's out, right? If you're going to hard say no to Wonho, it's out too,
Then
right?
it's out.
So
Yeah.
we're down to Tiger Inside, Helicopter Criminal. It seems like the one we would most agree on is Criminal out of
I
those
think
three.
so as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, Not Shy is a great song though. Shout
I
out
know,
to ITZY.
but it's run it's had a good run. It won the first ever the Spice King thing, right?
true.
It won the
Yes,
first
did.
one ever.
Yes, he did.
Is it time to put it? Okay, so now we're down to the final argument. Do we put Not Shy week 4 in third place, or do we put Taemin Criminal in fourth place? I mean third place.
Okay. Let's go with a little bit of process of elimination because it seems like we're against Obliviate. It seems like we're against.
No, we already decided. It's if we're gonna put one in third place, it's Criminal.
Oh,
Yeah.
then why not? Yes, of course it goes up.
Oh, you said yes. Okay,
Yes,
you're a hard
yes.
yes.
I'm a
Anita,
hard
what
yes.
what do you think?
I really like Not Shy.
I really like Not Shy too, Anita.
Wait, am I the only one?
Yeah.
Oh man.
See,
Okay,
but
I'm fine with just switching 2 and 3. What about you, Anita?
Wow.
see, I would like to give like to introduce a new song to the chart. You know, like I wouldn't want them to be like,
But Not
Have a
Shy,
stat.
Anita.
but Not Shy.
Okay. Here, let me do my spiel a little bit. In my
You got one. You got
Okay.
one last spiel before we make this decision.
I think Not Sure is a great song. I
Yes.
think Not Sure is a great song.
Yes.
However, it's been about a month or so since we've introduced it.
It's been a month on the chart. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Because we
yes.
did it. We started episode 100.
Correct.
It's episode 103 now.
Yep.
It's been there for a month. Personally, I've gotten. I think it's had my course in my playlists.
You've had enough fatigue.
I think I've completely stopped listening to it at this point. I
have
remember
not,
what it is,
though.
but
That's the
Not
problem. Not
I
me.
guess I'm in the minority.
Anita, do you vote to just swap 2 and 3 this week?
See, I would like to give the opportunity to a new song to be introduced.
That's what I'm doing.
Uh,
What I'm
Anita, it's your call because I hard think we should just switch 2 and 3. Warren wants to remove ITZY, move up
Oh,
This is even a day
no.
to 2, and add Taemin's Criminal.
Shout out to
you,
all
Anita.
shout out to the mid Z's on the server. Love you guys.
Anita, you got 5 seconds.
Ba-bum,
5,
bum, bum,
4.
Okay.
ba-bum, bum,
I
bum,
think we can switch it where
Oh,
Criminal takes
okay.
third place. Just for no.
Warren,
I'm-
she's
I'm
in
agreeing
favor of
with
your
Warren.
thing.
Oh, she's a bit. Here we go.
All right.
Just-
We'll give you that.
Just for the opportunity, because I do get the argument, like they've been in the chart for 3 weeks, and I am very glad that they got to win the first Spicy Song King, because they deserve it. And I do want to give a chance for Criminal to be on the chart for a little bit.
All right. Well, that settles it. So, Soju chart for episode 103. First place, the Spice King, is BTS's Dynamite picking up the Triple Crown and entering the Hall of Spice.
First
Second
time.
place, Day 6, Even of Day, Where the Sea Sleeps. Third place, Taemin's Criminal. Next week's gonna be a mess, right? Because like, if all the songs are bad, then I guess Day 6, Even of Day might just get the crown off of default, right?
I mean, I'm not complaining.
Like it might happen.
Yeah.
I'm not
So
complaining.
we'll have to see. Or if all the songs are bad, maybe a song from this week might sneak in the third a week later. Who
Oh,
knows?
Oh, we can do that.
Yeah, that's a consideration.
Oh,
All right.
Okay. All right.
So we'll see what happens, guys. Kind of interesting. But we are finally at show winners. Anita, hit us with them.
All right, so on Tuesday on the show, Gravity's Flame had its first win ever, so congrats to them. And the following day, on Wednesday on Show Champion, Dynamite from BTS had its third win. Then on Thursday on M Countdown, ITZY's Not Shy had its third win as well. Then for the following 3 days of shows, also on Music Bank, and then Show Music Core on Saturday, and then Sunday with Inkigayo, BTS's Dynamite, won all 3, so they're up to 6 total wins for this comeback.
Yep. Shout out to BTS. I think for ITZY, the timing of their comeback was a little bit of oof, right?
Yeah.
Because normally they pick up like 12 awards, but what are you going to do against the juggernaut that is BTS? Gravity picking up their first win. That's great for them.
congrats
Second
to
song,
them.
first win. Shout out to them. Future's looking bright. But we are now at the end of part 1 of Soju Talk episode 103. If you are listening to the audio version, sit tight. And if you're on YouTube, head over to the episode 103 part 2 video. We'll be back after a short break. 3, 2, 1.